Hi, I'm Susie from Out West Homestead. Thank you for coming by. I really appreciate it. I want to just talk about this and that. And first, I've been trying to come up with names on the new channel I want to make. I am going to put that off for a while, and I still want to do it. But when I type in what I like, there's people already have it on there. So I'm just going to have to take my time to, you know, come up with a name and search it and make sure nobody else has that name. So I just want to tell you that. And I got 3 shout outs I'm going to do on this channel for people. And if you want a shout out, which is my gossip column, I'm going to tell your secrets about your channel. But anyway, if you want a shout out, I'm making up a list and I'm putting people's names on it so I can give shout outs. And I like to give shout outs to help the small creator to make their channel bigger. And so anybody that wants shout outs, just let me know and I'll write it down. But so I really do want to make that new channel. And if I did have a channel that was new and I give you a shout out on it, it wouldn't get nowhere because there wouldn't be enough people there until it gets bigger. So that's why I just rather do the shout outs on this channel. So I just want to talk about this morning. Bill has been working in that cane and down in the front yard. He's starting to work on widening a path through there, knocking some of that cane back and making a waterway, because last time it rained it never did get that far. And so he found 2 dead snakes. There's snake skin. They were pretty old, and they got hooked up on the chicken wire that we got around the yard. I'm glad they didn't get to come in the yard. So we put that chicken wire up for our protection, because last year we got 12 rattlesnakes in here. And so it catches some of them, and the small ones it doesn't catch. But so he found one of them. It looked like it was probably about that wide. It was a big one. I don't check that front yard like I do back here. I walk by the fence line just checking, but I haven't done that in the front yard, so I didn't know they were there. But in some places I got it's all on this side where they come in, but I got chicken wire where the hose go like this, kind of double. It's not that I want to kill and catch the snakes, I just want to keep them out of the yard. But not all of them are double fence yet. And I was going to work on it last winter, but I never did get to it. So I thought, how come we're not seeing no rattlesnakes this year? I thought, my gosh, we're almost rattlesnake free, and still we are, because that fence caught them 2 rattlesnakes. So far I haven't seen a live rattlesnake. Rattlesnake season isn't over yet, so we're still watchful. And well, I'm just glad them 2 rattlesnakes didn't come in. And so I know I'll probably get haters on that, but we're trying to keep them out of the yard. We don't want to kill them, but if they get in the yard, we'll take care of them. And it's just like the vet says, if you haul a rattlesnake off make sure you take it far away. He was telling us that they rehome themselves like a homing pigeon, and you had to really take them really far off. And I didn't know that a rattlesnake will come back to the area. But when we hauled them off, we always took them real far away. But I didn't know they come back. But and it's just like I think deer. I think they got a 50-mile radius they go and explore, and so I think most animals, squirrels and probably rats and everything else, they know where home is and they want to go back to home. And I don't blame them. They got families and their dens and stuff. And through here, many times there be swarms of honeybees that come through our place. And last year I was sitting out on the swing out in the food forest, and there was a whole bunch of them bees that come through, big old swarm. Out that way there is a water out there, and like a spring, about 2-3 miles from us, so they always seem like they head for that spring. But it's just something in them. They know which way to travel. And Bill, he's been caught twice out here, one out back here and then one out riding. And them swarm of bees, they're just right on top of you before you even know they come. You know, they're just like zzz. And he, both times on horseback, and he just kind of hunkered down and made his horse be still. And he said his horse would put his ears back, and they kind of pull in tight too. And he said they just they kind of bump him and the horse, and they hit their back and just kind of bump them, but they don't sting them. They just go on through, and you're just in a big pile of them before you know it. But the horses, they do good on it. So, but they come through here. It's just funny how the animals, things like that, they just know which way to go. But anyway, I just talking about snakes. You know, I get comments, and some of them is pretty funny. I take them off though because they're smart aleck. But somebody told me that snakes only come around at night, and by morning they'll be gone. I don't know. I've never seen them be gone. And then other people, they said they won't hurt you if you don't hurt them. Well, that's a lie. And then one person says, if you poke at them, yeah, they'll bite you. Well, Bill, here's a snake. Let's poke at it. Who pokes at a rattlesnake anyway? Who would want to do that? Them things will get you. And I thought, well, where do y'all live? Who pokes rattlesnakes anyway? But they're funny. They don't know. They don't live with them. But I do get hate on it, but you know, they're not me. They're not living here, and they're not getting rattlesnake bit. And the animals, their dogs and their cats are not getting rattlesnake bit, so they don't know. But anyway, when they start mouthing off and saying bad stuff, I put them in the trash can. I just get rid of them because they don't know. Well, we're going to go up in the mountains maybe next week. I hope we do. Here comes Bill. But there's a place we like to. You just take a real short walk around the mountains. We're going to have a picnic up there, take the dogs, and it's real pretty. It's just nice to get away from the desert and go enjoy the pine trees, and the smell, look at all the green. It's fun. I'm going to show what happens when we first got here.
Did you tell them what the temperature was up there at night?
What is the temperature?
It's anywhere from 48 to 50.
Oh gosh. Bill said it's the temperature up in the mountains is from 48 to 50 right now. At night. I don't know what it'd be during the day. But anyway, it's nice to go up there. But what I'm going to show you, when we first moved here in New Mexico, and of course, you know, I lived here when I was a little kid. You could go any place, anywhere. Everything was open. There's no restrictions, no nothing. You just free to camp where you want. And now what they're doing, they're blocking off road after road after road. They're just putting barriers up. And what we're figuring, what they want you to do, because they're making more campsites where you pay to go in. I think that they're trying to run you out of the camping areas, and so you have to go to them or park right on the road. In the out in the woods, you got to park on the road, and that way, if a Forest Service they come by, they can look at you, see what you're doing or something. I hate that they're blocking off real pretty campsites, and some places they just put no camping beyond this point. And as far as I know, that's public land. You know, it's like it's just public land, and so now they're fencing off. It's more control. In the foothills, it's called Dry Canyon. Well, you could use to drive back in there a little bit. The road is just an old-timey road, and it does get too rough for cars, but you could go back in there and camp or whatever. And now they got posts from hillside to hillside to keep people out there. You can go walk in there or go through with a horse, but they don't allow you to drive in there. But they're blocking a lot of the old roads, which to me is a benefit to keep them open in case of fire. Everybody could get in there and put fire out, but they just blocking and putting gates up, lock gates. And I don't understand, you know, what they're thinking is, trying to keep people out of the forest. I don't know why that is. The worst forest fires ever was started by the Forest Service. There's just story on story where the fires, bad fires, get started by the Forest Service. And even the power company at one time, they told the Forest Service, we need to come in underneath our power lines and clean the trees out from underneath the power lines. And the Forest said, no, just leave it natural. Then one time they said, the electric company there's a bad tree getting ready to fall on the power line. We need to cut that down. No, don't do it. Well, that bad tree, it fell. It finally fell, and it burnt. Started a forest fire and burned up 60 homes. And anyway, after that, the Forest Service says, yeah, you can clean up underneath the power lines. They're such crazy people. They're crazy people that run in the Forest Service. And when we moved here, everybody could pick up dead wood, no matter how many cords you know what you want. If it's down and dead, pick it up. You know, saw it up. So years later, they stopped it. No, we're going to charge you $10 a cord. And so people, there's still people up there, you know, cutting it for $10 a cord, and that's a good price. But it's a lot of work. So now they got dead wood everywhere. The people are not coming like they used to. And so you got a lot of dead wood. The forest up there is really sick. There is good places, and we do show pretty places, but there is real bad places. The forest is dying, and there's a bug in there, in the trees, that's killing them. And one time we went to a place they call it a fuel wood area, and we paid our $10, and they said anything that's marked in blue, do not cut. So what they had marked in blue was dying, diseased wood. I told Bill, I said, well, look at that. They put X's and flags on these trees, and they're dead and dying. How come they don't want that cut? It don't make no sense. But when we go up there, I'll show you the blockade that they put. They cut off a real pretty camping area. A lot of people would go back in the woods and camp. Real shady, real pretty. You can't take a car or truck in there now. But I'm sure they'll tell you they got their reasons. But it's all over all over New Mexico. That western New Mexico, they was fighting the same thing. There's roads that people go out and camp on. It was blocking all them roads off. Just not wanting nobody to go back in the woods. So that's my rant. My Forest Service, crazy people. So some people on these snakes would tell us, I forgot about that, but they said, and they're talking about the brush and the cane stuff. If you cleared that, you wouldn't have no snakes. Well, when we first moved here, it was nothing but dirt, and we had gobs of snake. In fact, right over here, I think there wasn't no fence up. We come look at this place, and there was a great big dead rattlesnake just off here. I think the neighbor's dogs probably killed it. And I thought, oh my gosh, we didn't know about the snakes going to be, rattlesnakes was going to be here. When we first moved here, there was an open place under the house over here, and since then we closed it up. So we went by there one morning, and there's a great big old rattlesnake poking his head out from underneath the house. So we fixed that. We shut that hole up. I can't believe people have lived here with that open. No telling how many rattlesnakes was under the house. Bill's just working like crazy. I'm just in here talking. And he's looking at me. Anyway, this fall, I wasn't talking to you. This fall, we're thinking about going to this place and looking what, because we like to rock hound, but we found 2 areas, and we call them moon rocks, that has these rocks with white mineral, I guess, in them, but it looks like the moon. And we always call them moon rocks. And here's one of them. I used to have a whole bunch of them, but I don't know what happened to them. But I had one rock, it was about this big, and it looked like the universe. It had planets looking, and small stuff. It was real pretty. I wish I could find it. It's around here somewhere, but I hadn't keep track of them. But I told Bill, I said, well, this fall, let's go look for them moon rocks. And it's in secret places. We know 2 secret places with moon rocks. And we told Barbara about them, one of them, and she's went there and looked too. When she goes home, she'll look for them sometimes. But yeah, I like to take the dogs out for a drive and go check out that. It's just a dry creek bed. It's just a runoff water creek bed. And we stopped there a long time ago by this creek bed and let the dogs out. And we walked down that dry creek bed. And there was them moon rocks. I thought, oh my gosh, how cute. So we looked around, brought some home, but I lost them through the years. I went out a while ago and found this one. But anyway, we want to do that this fall too. Go up there and go hiking with the dogs, looking for moon rocks. And I hope I can find one of them that had that universe. It was so pretty. I wish I could find that one. But anyway, that's all I'm going to talk about. Bill is working. I'm in here just talking away. I need to go help him. So I appreciate y'all coming by and watching Out West Homestead. I appreciate it a lot. Bye. Bill dug out this hole. He wants to lay in that nice cool dirt. And she's getting on to him. Get out of that my hole. I dug this hole. They have so much fun together.
He's doing a lot better being gentle with her.
Yeah, he is. He wants that, that hole though.